My man.
What it is, YouTube. You know who it is. It's your boy, the Moose. Let's kick it. Okay, so I'm going to talk about one thing. So let's go here. I don't want to talk. I want to talk about Hank Williams, but I want to talk about one song around Hank Williams, and that is this song right here. Okay, so this song right here, "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry." Now, Hank Williams was a country music singer. I gotta give him some of that, but let's get into it. "I'm So Lonesome I Can Cry." It's his 1949 is when he made the song. It's published by Fred Rose Music. It was released in May 8th, 1949. It was sung in Herzog Studios in Cincinnati. He had the hillbilly honky-tonk country blues. As you can see, this is his kind of music, which basically and I want to tell you this. According to the 2004 book, Hank Williams' biography was inspired to write the song when he found it on a schedule of upcoming MGM releases. The song was recorded on August 30th, 1949 at the Herzog Studios in Cincinnati, Ohio. Williams is backed by the members of the Pleasant Valley Boys, Zeke Taylor and Jerry Bird steel guitar, and Louis Enns with the rhythm guitar, and as well as Tommy Jackson's the fiddle player, and Ernie Newton's bass. So Zeke Taylor unpinned "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry" was recurring a figure as the bass singer of the electric guitar. A few weeks earlier, Turner had led the backing on the Domo Brothers recording of blues "Stay Away From Me." So the song was released on the B-side of the blues, "My Bucket Got a Hole in It," because the up-tempo numbers were deemed more appropriate for the jukebox trade, the Muslim ballads. The single reached number 4 in country chart in 1949. "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry" has become closely identified with Hank Williams' musical legacy and has been widely praised in 2003 documentary, "The Road to Nashville." I'm thinking "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry" is one of the most classic American songs ever, truly beautiful songs in his autobiography, Bob Dylan recalled. Even at a young age, I identified with him. I didn't have an experience, anything that Hank did, to know. Okay. If you're not familiar with this song, I'll give you a piece of it right here. Okay. Now, if you're familiar with Hank Williams, like it said, but I want to reiterate this. Hank Williams was nowhere near being a country singer. He was a Western singer. And I'm going to get into that. What's the difference between Western and country? I'm going to show you this. Big difference. Okay, so here's the differences. I'm going to show you this so y'all understand what I'm getting at. Okay, the primary traditional differences between the two styles is that country music is simpler and uses fewer instruments, relying on guitar, fiddle, banjo, and harmonica, whereas the music in the Southwest tends towards the steel guitars, the big bands, whose styles verges on swing. So the difference between country music and Western music, Western got the twang. You hear a twang, you know that once you hear a steel guitar, you will know the difference between a regular guitar and a steel guitar. I can guarantee that. So that's the big difference between country and Western. I did a short a while back, and not a lot of people watched it. But that's the big difference. And this is what the video was about. What's the difference between country and Western? There's a big difference. So, anyways, I hope y'all like this. I'm so lonesome I can cry. This is one of those songs that you need to put in your crate. I can guarantee you, if you're doing a wedding and there are older people there, you put this song on. If you're doing a little bit of country, and if the client requests country, this is one of those go-to songs you need to put in there. I'm so lonesome I can cry. I guarantee you, you will have that place slamming. It'll be lit. I can guarantee that. Out of all the Western songs that you can play, if you play him or you play the Singing Cowboy, anything from him and Gene Autry, if you play anything from him and Gene Autry, I can guarantee you, you will have a packed dance floor of the older kind. Play a little bit older music. You want to get the older people out? Play a little bit of this music from the 1920s, between the 1920s and the 1950s. Look it up. Western music and country music are divided by the center. A lot of people call them country western, but older people do not like to hear that word country come out your mouth when you're talking about Western music. I can guarantee that. My grandmama was one of them. I remember going there. I was at my grandmama's house, and they get up early because my grandpa goes to the garden and waters the garden every morning. Or he'd go to a shop every morning and do some wood cutting. But he'd be in that shop until about 6, and then he'd come in the house. So he would be out in the garden doing his shop, going to cutting, doing whatever he had to do. He'd be out of the house at 6 o'clock. Before the sun come up, they'd be sitting down eating breakfast at 6:30. Breakfast was 6:30 at her house. If you weren't there sitting at that table at 6:30, you did not eat at 7. I can guarantee that. No way, not in her house. If you weren't there at 6:30, you didn't eat. That's how country they were. And I would go there, and this is in Oregon. It's in Portland. It's on the east side of Cascades. So if you're familiar with it, it's all the way out there. It's Bucker Brooks and Foley's in a town called Prineville, Oregon. That's where I was raised. Most of the year, I'd go there every summer. I'd be living with my grandma. I lived with my grandma and grandpa. When they moved there, I started going there. They lived in a trailer park. But then I remember them moving, and I had to go mow the lawn. It's not a lawn. They're like, yeah, you need to come stay the summer so you can mow our lawn. They don't have a lawn. It's sagebrush. I had to chop sagebrush. That's their lawn. Anyway, they did have like a little patch of lawn, but he didn't like the lawnmower on it. He used one of those push mowers. Anyway, I need to get off of that. I hope y'all enjoyed that. So the tip of the day is follow what this guy got to say. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm so lonesome I can cry. Peace out. Record. And start. I like it. Leave a comment below. Caring and sharing. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook.